G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So, I'm not really sure what I'm up to today. Maybe just cleaning up a bit and getting prepared to get these new tanks in. There's a lot of crap in the way and I really want to try put them in Saturday afternoon, so I don't want to be moving it all on Saturday. But for today we're going to clean up. But first of all, I want to lay the tanks back up the right way. Guess we have a feel of some glue. It's all rock solid. Well, you know, as rock solid as Sikaflex gets. So I reckon we roll these over now. I don't know what's on the top of that one. There's like shiny black and dull black. Do you reckon I can roll this with one hand? Oh yeah, and remember guys, one of the worries was the black sticking to the top. Alright, so it stuck a little bit, but it looks like it didn't peel any of the black off. Just made a bit of a sticky noise. Wow, it looks so different with the glass in it. Oh, can you hear that? Alright, so I'm going to use two hands. You guys are getting a strange camera angle because it's a 9-foot tank. Lifting it, moving it with one hand definitely wasn't the right move there. Alright, and we're going again. There's not enough room for me to walk. Alright, let's flip the camera around. Alright, check that out guys. That looks better than porn. I'm so excited. Just that glimmer off the glass. You guys probably can't really see it on the camera, but it makes them look complete. I can't believe how much different putting a sheet of glass in makes it look. Like on the camera it's going to look the same as it did the other night, but in person it looks like a tank. It looks the part. It looks perfect. Mint. We've got to clean up the black Sikaflex, but chances of me doing that are slim because the ply tank's inside the fish room that are 2 years old. I haven't actually cleaned the Sikaflex on the front. Whoops. What else do we have to say? Oh yeah, I haven't figured out top bracings for the top tank yet. I'm kind of thinking about doing acrylic. One of my mates said he's got a sheet of acrylic that I could take, but I'm in a mind of two worlds. I'm kind of thinking about building something that hooks over the back and the front, because I can put a brace in here and screw it to this, but I'm not sure I want that much tension on this rail because I'm worried that that rail might end up pulling away from that ply. I really would like to support the whole thing. The other option is I could screw the acrylic into the top of that 18mm ply. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think of something. I'm just really nervous about also drilling holes in it. If I drilled holes in it, I'd probably want to put some silicone down as I screw it in to get silicone around the holes. Because all it would take is one hole in the fiberglass, and the ply will actually get soaked over time, and it will wreck the tanks. So I'm extremely hesitant to drill any holes in these tanks. Obviously we've got to drill the drain hole. Same thing there. I want to load that up with silicone. Anyway guys, let's go have a look at the fish room. What's in the way. I know I did a video the other day. I think I explained to you what's in the way, but I've forgotten. So I'm having a look again. And I'm sure a lot of you have probably forgotten as well. Alright guys, so I got sidetracked. I want to try this pair of Flowerhorns together. They've been next to each other for like a week now. So what better time to take the divider out. I'd like to lift the divider and leave a big enough gap for her to get through and not him, but they're too close in size to really do that at the moment. He's got a lot of growing to do. I'll keep you guys posted on how they act. At the moment they're at complete opposite ends. I don't even know if they realise the divider's out yet. but she's showing a bit of breeding dress. She's never laid before, but we'll just see what happens. Alright guys, it's not going that great. She's dropped her tube, so I think she's pretty keen, but I think he's just too young. He's just trying to attack her, but I will leave them together because generally every time I've tried to pair Flowerhorns, they fight for at least 10 minutes, and sometimes they just like a switch flicks in their brain and they just stop fighting. So let's get carried on with the actual task at hand, because I haven't even done anything yet because I've been too busy staring at them. Alright, so step one, we need to find a new home for the food. I don't know where that's going to be. I've got too many fish tanks and not enough surface area. I need to think about... He's looking good. I need to think about a spot. I'm kind of thinking here somewhere. I was thinking if I make 2 shelves that are only like 100 ml wide and like have small containers and then big containers. Because on the back of the door, I don't open this door often. I would need to make the shelves so that when it opens it doesn't hit that tank. But this one's the hardest one because it's so tall. But for the minute I might move him there, and I'll only move the essential foods. And then the ones that I don't use, they can leave the room. Alright, so I think that's all of the pellets that I use there. See, there's not many containers really. I definitely think I could fit them there, and also I could change containers. I really want to get more of these because like this, they're just all the wrong containers. I'd rather unlabeled containers because as a vlogger you guys see these containers and you're going to get the wrong impression because that's got NLS written on it. I don't feed the Flowerhorns NLS. There's NLS mixed in that tub, but even that I'm thinking about just going completely to extreme anyway. But I'd rather either unlabeled containers or correct labeled, not incorrect labeled containers. Anyway, all of this food, all of these containers, that looks like extreme. I need 2 hands really. Vlogging live. Alright, I'll be back guys. I'm going to clear off that and then get back to it. Alright guys, so I took a little bit of rubbish off camera. All of these dividers actually need to go back in this tank. Should I put them in now? I don't know. They've still got water on them. I kind of want to stack them so they can dry out. Alright, so I've taken the dividers out of the room. I'm going to dry them out because they've still got water in between them. I just don't want to take any risks with the white spot. Obviously if I leave them out here to completely dry out, there's just 100% no chance of it getting back in that tank. Because imagine that, if I do all this work and then I get white spot back in that tank, it would be heartbreaking. Alright guys, so next we've got to move the lavender. Obviously I don't want to move the tank because I've got nowhere to put it. So we're going to shut the tank down. I think I'm going to throw them in here with the Joan Johansson. I think that's how you say it. They're not breeding, they're a useless group. And also, honestly, I'm thinking about not breeding these guys either. The male, his top crest is white. I really don't like that. So I'm undecided at the moment, but I guess if I put them in that tank there, they're against the black sponge. Ooh, there's another spare sponge filter. And maybe on the black sponge he might go orange on top. Who knows? Let's just stress him out and we'll see if he changes. Bleaching my nets. I thought I had him first scoop then, guys. I'm only using my smaller nets because I want to be bleaching nets, but it does make it more difficult. But the bigger nets don't fit in the bleach tub. Alright, so see how that top crest is white? I'm not a fan of that at all. So that's my main issue with this group. So I'll just put him over there in that temporary tank. See if he changes colour. But I've seen photos of the parents and they were orange on top, so I'm not sure what's going on. But the guy I got them off actually lost the parents like the day after I picked up those eggs in a freak accident, which sucks. So I can't even go and have a look and compare them. But I'm definitely not going to give up on them. I probably won't make that decision until that male is like 10 centimeters. And once he's like 10 centimeters, you can pretty much be sure whether he's going to be good or bad. But like, I don't know. I'm funny with my peacocks. They have to be perfect for me to breed them. It's basically a trade out. I only like keeping a couple of colonies of peacocks because it gets too hard to sort the fry. So if I'm only going to keep a couple of groups, I want them to be the best that they can be. And in my opinion, Lavender can't have white crests. Is it still a crest if it's only on the fin and not on the head? Let me know, guys. Alright, so now this line here, they can just go in that tank for now. They can have extra bit of water change. Kind of needs to come up and out of the way. I need to get rid of that power lead too. Anyway, I'm going to drain this tank. Alright, so I made easy work of it. I disconnected the drain hose and then just put this elbow into the drain hose. Job done. That's another thing. We're going to delete that drain hose, move that air pump. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with the garden hose because it's always lived under there, but I guess if I fold it nicely it could slide under. I don't know. The room's getting that packed. I really need to do some space management. I've even thought about, I've got a spare retractable hose, but it's going to invade in the tank space. Like if the retractor is quite big, so it would come all the way out to here, you wouldn't be able to see in this tank. Unless I hung it off the roof or something crazy and just had like the hose running up onto the roof. It's an idea. This is draining slowly because the pipe is actually stuck to the bottom. Alright, the last piece that's in the way. The joys of having a wet floor fish room is I can just tip it on the ground. I got no idea what I'm going to do with these 2.5 foot tanks. I've actually got 3 of them. I was thinking about doing a 2.5 foot display with a 2.5 foot sump. So it's actually double the water volume of what you see, and overstocking it with something. But anyway, now the shelf is empty. Look at that, guys. I've accidentally put a food back up there. A container of food. Alright, so ignore the mess. What's going on? That's an airline. This was like a temporary airline I ran like a year ago, and it turned into more than temporary. Anyway, we need to get rid of that. It's just this power, I don't know what to do. I'm going to cut a shelf for this tomorrow. I'm pretty much going to just put it here. So it'll sit across there. I'll make it a bracket that screws up to this rack. It'll be stainless steel screws, and I'm going to make the shelf out of PVC board, which I've got at work. So that takes care of that. And then I'm going to put styrofoam under them. Even though they're ply, they don't need styrofoam, but I'd prefer to. But I'll probably put the tanks on the rack first, and then get like a person to hold it up and stuff all the styrofoam in. What else? That's it, guys. It's ready. I'm excited. The space looks so much bigger now that I've cleaned everything off. Sorry, it's a bit of a grind video, guys. Is what it is. There's a lot of preparation which is going into these ply tanks and where they're going, so you guys are coming for the ride with me. So now, tomorrow I've got to move 3 tanks. I don't know where I'm going to put the inhabitants, but so stick with me for that. I don't know if tomorrow's video might have anything a bit more exciting, hopefully, than just moving 3 tanks, but I'll keep you posted. I kind of need to set up the 2.5 foot tank for a little to put some fish in, which you guys don't actually know about, and yeah, secret squirrels. Anyway, if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe for more, hit that little red button. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.